All right, folks, back again. Looking at a 70 Chevelle. Pretty car. Now, if you want to see the build of this vehicle and where it started and where it's going and as it comes along, you can go to this guy's here channel, James Foulks, on YouTube. And you just like the other guy. Every time I get somebody on the camera, they're like, hi. That's it. It's like, come on, talk. Well, this thing's a crazy build because you should have seen where it started from. Ooh, pretty dash. 4-speed car. It's a work in progress. But, yeah, shit. I don't know how to shut a Chevelle. There we go. I'm a Dodge guy. Chevelles are weird. But she's coming along. Looking pretty good. Now, if you don't know, this car, the front bumper was about right here where the door handle was. Shortly after the 70s. Or actually, it was still the 70s, wasn't it? It was late 70s.
78.
78. And it is a real SS. So, this thing was really dickered. And he has worked for 10 years on this thing. As he can. Slowly restoring this thing. And it's now actually looking more and more like a car. It's actually turned along a long way from what the pictures he's got of her. Anything you want to add into the storyline, sir? No?
No.
You don't want to tell no more of the backstory? So if you want to know more of the backstory, you got to go to his channel and listen to him.
Come to mine and listen to me. Mumble.
Hey, YouTube's YouTube. It might not be the best quality TV, but it's a lot better than what's on TV. Well, I can't really say that. Depends on the channel. You're not monetized, so yeah, it's commercial free. I'm not monetized, so it's commercial free. But like I've seen some of this, how it was started. Not all the way back at the beginning, unfortunately. I didn't get to see what it looked like when he first started, but I've seen the pictures. This thing was screwed. Like, literally, I don't think anybody out there would have started with a car that rough and actually, you know, built a car out of it. Are you going to show under the hood?
Don't mind the small block.
That's just holding the springs down, right?
That was holding the front end down so I could put the springs back in the car.
Right. I like your chrome harmonic balancer. Actually, I love this engine. I'm not a Chevy person, but the 3-deuce engine is cool.
I cut the firewall down through here.
Mm.
Replaced all that.
Of course, all that was crushed back into the past. I mean, almost in the driver's seat. So that's the original part of the firewall.
Mm-hmm.
And you really ain't really hardly put any aftermarket parts. Pretty much everything's been scavenged of factory, actual Chevelle parts, ain't it?
Only thing aftermarket on this front end's the cow induction flapper. Hood's original and fenders. And
not to this car, but
not to another car, but it's an original hood. Original fenders.
Huh. Now the quarters, they're aftermarket, right?
Quarters, trunk lid, and rear valance is aftermarket.
But everything else was a real, Chevelle.
Yeah, I cut the roof off of another one.
Because it had bowed like a mother, right?
Yeah, skinned it, straightened this one, put it back on.
Even the glass is real glass.
All tinted glass.
All factory tint glass. So you're doing it in this day and time the hard way. Because it's easy to go, I'll just spend a fortune and freaking buy everything brand new.
One of the hardest things to find was a factory 70 gauge cluster. You can find an aftermarket one for 600 or 700, but I wanted a real one.
Right. That's really the main testament to this car is the fact that here, I'm gonna open this door again. Is you're really trying to actually use real parts. It's not, it's a true, real trying to put it back to the way it would have been.
Steering column's original to the car. Steering wheel was long gone. So.
Yeah, because your dad was parting this thing out when he first got it back in 78 or what, right? So lots of the parts you wished you still had were sold.
He sold the engine, transmission, rear end, disc brakes, brake booster, pretty much anything that was worth anything.
Yeah, it was just that has been a 10-year-old car at the time, so it wasn't really sought after too much, I guess. It was just people needed parts, they bought them.
He had the original gauge cluster and tripped over it one night and threw it in the dumpster.
Is that the dash pad you're going to use?
Yeah, original dash pad.
For the wreck?
Yeah.
Hell.
I don't mind that it's cracked a little bit. I'd rather
be original.
I'd rather be original and run it.
Door panel. I mean the rear panel. Can't get a good angle.
Got one original armrest and
let me guess this one.
Yeah. And one painted one that came off of another car, another color.
Right. Is that door panel the one you're going to use too?
Have new door panels.
Oh, so you got new ones on those, huh?
I've been laying on that one. It's a piece of cardboard.
There's somebody out there that would freaking shoot you for that fact.
It's a Malibu door panel.
All right. Well, still somebody out there's like, oh man, I need a Malibu door panel. And you're just using it as a freaking piece of cardboard. Malibu. But you're going to run these wheels or are you going to run a different set?
Probably going to run these.
Old Kragers.
Having a set of air shocks for it. So.
You're doing this more like what it would have been in the 70s.
70s street machine.
Because back then, even though they were new, they didn't have perfect paint because they slid them into shit. And, they had Kragers on them. They had air shocks. Half the time they had side pops and freaking suede interior. So at least you're not doing that.
One time that car had a guardrail strap on the passenger side from tail light to headlight.
You've had to fix all that.
Had to fix all that. Had to fix where it was wrecked head on.
Because hell, when they fixed them back then, it was just knock it out a little bit, fill it full of mud.
Drill it full of holes and fill it full of mud.
Yeah.
It's hit by one of your favorites.
Oh yeah, it was hit by Dodge. That's what killed it, or tried to kill it. That poor Dodge is probably 1,000 pieces by now. Cause that thing, nobody saved it, but this thing, one insane individual. Oh.
Should show them a parts pump.
One of them. Well, we're at 8 minutes, so we only got a little bit. I don't want to try to upload a 20-minute video. It don't like doing that much. There's another SS. It's just the least sought after body.
Yeah, 69 Super Sport, 396 Turbo 400 car.
That's the one that got hit by a dump truck.
Got hit by a dump truck with 6 people in the car.
One was a baby.
One was a baby.
And nobody got killed.
Ended up in the hospital, but didn't get killed.
Yeah. See, the other side don't look as bad. You come on this side, and it's like... Well, this is pretty bad, but honestly, this ain't too far-fetched from what that thing looked like originally. It was the other side. Huh?
I could fix this car.
Yeah, see, if you got a wrecked Chevelle, this is the guy you need to holler at about fixing it, because, he can take this and make it into that. But, all right, folks, we'll talk to you later. Go to James Folks' channel, subscribe, watch his videos, like, comment, tell him he's doing a good job. Well, we'll see you later. Bye.